Come on, slope too steep, go away. There, like this, and then like that, and then we'll do our same trick as before, where we've got our 6-lane highway that will go this way. And then we should be able to, from here, build down to there. Good. $26,000, that's fine. Get the 6-lane, again, to make an angle, a right angle. Is that a proper right angle? I guess it is. And then from here, to there. Okay. Spacing's not actually consistent, but you know, I'm sure that won't bother anyone. None of you guys have any sort of OCD or anything, do you? Whoops. Bulldoze. Alright. So, let's hit play. It'll take a while for the traffic to adjust to this. I'm really hoping that this ramp doesn't back up again. Again, it might have backed up for different reasons last time. If need be, we can rebuild some highway stuff. How come you aren't using buses? I did yesterday. I'm not using any buses here yet because I don't need it. And I actually, in a sense, I don't want to build the buses too early because now, while the population is still not at maximum density, I want to see if we've got any traffic jams now. And then later, when I've grown everything to max density and I've introduced the buses, hopefully it'll stay balanced. Whereas if I put the buses now, I might not notice a problem later when we grow. But yeah, this is very soon. Very soon we'll have to add buses. And metros. Actually, might just do metros instead of buses. Alright, things are flowing there. So far, things are still flowing over here. God, that is so sexy to watch. Look at that. Ah. Civil engineering. Alright, yeah, not too bad. Everything is currently flowing well. Okay, good. So what we can do is we can build another system of on and offs over here. So, I could preemptively build some of this stuff. Using 2 lanes. Let me actually get a guide road. Is that really parallel? Who dat? Java Monsoon! Thank you very much for subscribing. So if we do this and then bring it down. So this is the idea with this one is the road that sort of runs parallel to the highway. Which is... yeah, that distance is mostly consistent. So I'll get a bad boy like that going on. Is that going to be the right distance is the question. Let's find out. So, if we do this... Java Monsoon. It's a very dramatic name. We get a system of these things. Going north. Trying to get as shallow of an angle as possible. And then we can get back on this way. What do you mean space already occupied? Oh, there must be a pillar there that I can't really see. There, like that. And actually, I could, instead of letting people go from here to the other side, I can just force them to go all the way to the end and then turn around. And then come all the way back. Would that be cruel? Well, it would be cruel. Would it be a good idea? I don't know, maybe. Could be. Alright, let's do a road on the other side. Now, the roads are not literally parallel to one another, but I guess it doesn't actually matter. Here's a question. Do I have enough room in between here to put down a water tower? Oh, over here there is. So we can sort of do that water tower trick. Plus, of course, we can always loop around that way and see what we can do. Okay. Road. So, guide road first. Why are we on curve tool? And then a certain amount of distance. I don't know, somewhere like this, and then bring it down. Good. Yeah, it's roughly the same. Alright. And then this can get bulldozed. And then we'll do the same sort of thing, although we're starting from this end. And we're going to say, you can go from here down to there. Yeah, it's a little further away, but that's alright. And then from there. And then from there. And then from there. And then from there. Oh, and I'm going to put a few more of these little turnaround spots. Like that. Okay. So the hope is that I don't think I will put... We're going to try this without putting any cross streets that go underneath the highway. which means we don't really need the elevated bit. But for the sake of argument, let's try to see what happens if I don't have any. If people who want to go from one side to the other have to get onto the highway, and then maybe do a UE, and then come off over here, is that going to be terrible for our flow? Maybe. But the question is it going to be better than if we provide this road like that? Are people going to... Well, I guess people are going to get off here and then come around there to go to the other side. I'm going to try to keep people on the highway. This town here is going to be completely divided into two. Interesting. Maybe not interesting, but interesting-ish to me. So, knowing that industry... Tampon owns! Hey, thank you very much for subscribing! Another strange name, but, you know, who am I to judge? I just appreciate the support. So, let's say we do this. Now, we know, again, I was going to say, I know that industry is like one of the major sources of traffic. So, let's build the industrial area over here to start off with. Let's stretch this all the way out over here, which is going to be fine. And then from here... Oh, there we go. All the way to the end, like so. And then obviously we're going to want a few sort of cross connections. Doesn't have to be too many, but, you know, maybe something like that and like that. All right, let's go and dump in our industrial now and see what happens. I don't know what prioritizes where the zones are. Like, why is it on this street instead of here? Just because of the order I built things in, probably. Let's get that going on. I would like to connect to the existing power grid, which I should be able to do. Say from here, and there, and there. That will work. Obviously, the water connection will work perfectly fine, because it's underground. We're going to go across this way. Like that. Let's get a little bit more that way. Alright. So, let's hit play and see what happens. What could possibly go wrong? Yes, we're going to be switching to Beyond Earth because that's a scheduled live stream that we're going to do. It's a scheduled live stream. It's already arranged with a whole lot of people. And yes, these intersections are pretty close. We may not want to have that there. I mean, what I could do is actually have the ramps come into the intersection as well. That might be an improvement. Like that. Probably is. I think someone was coming in, they were like, oh, road went away, let's delete that. Oh, I don't have any zoning on the outside. Which means that power connection there will never work. So we'll do that for one. And there we go. Let's make sure to rush it over there so that way the power will function. Lovely. So what I'm hoping is that the people who are going over here won't all use this off-ramp. I'm hoping a lot of them will use this one instead. So this truck is going up here and then doing a UE on the highway, which is fine. Alternatively, I could have put a cross connection over here and then it's going to come over here, but I think that's going to be okay because everyone who's doing a U-turn is going to move into the inside lanes over here, which aren't actually going to be in heavy use. People don't use them as passing lanes or anything like that because everyone drives at the same exact speed. So people will go over here. Yeah, sure, they'll slow down. They'll make this corner. And they'll still be a little slower going there, but there's not going to be that much traffic over there. I think this is going to be functional. These people are going to complain about employees because they're out in the middle of nowhere, obviously. Holy flirking schnit. 8,600 viewers, yeah. And I realize there's a lot of you here and you're just here for cities. But I have a previous commitment, which is why the Beyond Earth will start in 42 minutes. We'll go for 2 hours, and then maybe we'll stream little cities after that. Alright, since this seems to be working, I think what I'm going to do is actually get rid of that one. Might be a little foolish. I don't know. I'm going to go and create a couple more blocks here. We're going to do... How come I don't get a... Oh, because I'm on an on-ramp. I'm going to do one of those. One of those. Yeah, we'll adjust the on and off spots. I should have built the blocks first, I suppose. And then we'll get these things, which, like before, might end up being a collection of one-ways, but for now they're just going to be two-way roads, which is going to be fine. Let me go ahead and destroy that. And, oops, thought I got them both. There we go. So, we'll do this and this. And then a little further on, we'll have it come out there. Let's try that. So I'm going to leave a bit of space here. We can put some services in there or something like that. We're going to go and plop down, say, a couple of zones of commercial, residential. Oh yeah, we got another one of those. But you know what? It's actually okay. It's weird. This one is fine. This one is not. But not having traffic over here might actually be a really good idea. So that's going to be all right. We are going to need some fire over here. We're making good money. So let's go ahead and get a proper hospital right from the start. In fact, we can potentially build this all way over here. We can't build them here. They touch the road. That's a little annoying, but not the end of the world. Okay, let me go and build a little bit more of this road structure. I'm really curious to see exactly how far these hospitals will reach. Oh, no! That is not straight. That is not going to line up properly because of the thingy. So these grid structures are boring, but they have really good flow. Let me check the hospital again. Even here, it covers this area green, but it's starting to get a little pale. So I will pull it back to here, which seems pretty good. Hospital. Big, giant fire station. Big giant police station behind it, which will cover everything, which is good. We are going to get an incinerator going in, say, this corner over here. It's claiming to have good coverage. We'll see if that actually pays off. And, oh, we'll need an actual graveyard over here for now, which I will build here. Or maybe here. Say there. This area will need schools as well. I guess we'll go ahead and put them down now. Elementary school. And I think that leaves enough room for a park behind it. Not enough for the high school. We'll live without the high school for a second, but I think there's a park that fits on behind there. They're not sorted by size, which I find a little bit bizarre. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Ah, poop. Which one's one that fits nicely in a block? So let's go ahead and do down here. I mean, I don't know if the park access to industrial is all that important. But let's go ahead and do that. We'll get a double circle, which will have pretty decent coverage. And I'll let it play for now. We will go and zone the rest of this stuff relatively soon, but not quite yet. Stretch this out to over here. And there. And here. And the water pipes are not something that need to be in the game. Like, they don't actually add gameplay, per se. But a lot of people really like them. I'm kind of impartial. It's like, it's fine. You just zone it. It's just one of those steps. It's a cost of zoning a new area. You got to put down the roads. You got to put down the pipes. You got to make sure your power all connects. Oh, yeah, I forgot I've got an actual space over here. Let's get a park in there. Because park will spread the power. Which one's the one that goes well? There we are. Here, we'll get a couple of them. Because that should connect up the power. There we are. Good stuff. These guys are still looking for employees. Don't worry, your employees are coming in. We'll probably get some abandoned buildings in the meantime, because there's going to be this, like, kind of annoying window in between them looking for employees and before people move in. But I wanted the industrial zone sort of in place first. And yeah, we'll see exactly how this flows. Definitely getting a big city feel, right? The last one was like a collection of small towns. This one's starting to feel like a more organized single big city. One of the things we will probably do at some point, I think, is probably get like a 6-lane that comes off of here, goes over the highway, and drops in over here. Just to provide an alternative means of transport for things. It shouldn't actually be that heavily utilized because it's going to be a special type of local service, and it's not going to be concerned with goods flowing in and out of the city. Look at this, a lot of traffic, and yet it is flowing beautifully. Oh, that's my water mill, or water tower, complaining about no power, which is fine. It doesn't need any. How much power do we have overall? We actually do need more. So let's go ahead and get another advanced wind turbine over here at the 20 megawatt range. I think we'll have to build quite a few of them here, because we've got a lot of buildings coming on board. There's going to be a bunch of pressure on our power. Water's good. Why is the sewage treatment not the same? We got 3 and 3. The capacity should be identical. I wonder if there's some sort of thing going on with the With the water current? Huh. They have the same numbers, don't they? This has a capacity of 120. This has a capacity of 120. They're all hooked up? Yeah. That's weird. Why don't they match completely? You know why? Hold on. No, the capacity is different. The usage is the same, the capacity is different. That makes no sense. I could understand the capacity, or the usage being different, because maybe certain types of industries use more water but less sewage, or vice versa. The graveyard doubles as a playground. You're goddamn right. And yeah, the power complaint over here is totally fine. Oh, the water towers! Derp, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, the water towers produce extra water. I forgot about that. I'm just using them as a power connection. The fact that they produce any kind of water is irrelevant. They produce 60? They produce half as much as one of those pumps? Really? What's the maintenance cost difference? So it's 3,500 to buy. Oh, okay. The water pumping station is cheaper to buy, and the upkeep is the same, and it provides twice as much. Okay, so there we go. So the water pumps are not very cost effective, but they do allow you to jump power here, which is good. Traffic is starting to be a little crazy sauce. Now, I'm not going to blame the on-ramp over here, or the off-ramp over here. What side? This is the old town. I should stop, like, rotating around. It's not this. It's this. I think we need this to be a one-way that goes north. I'm not convinced that's the solution. Oh, wow, there's even more traffic here. So the gridlock is in the city itself now, which I'm not used to having. In the past, all my gridlock has been getting on and off the highways. But now the gridlock is in the city itself. You can't get to these houses unless you get onto the highway and then come back around. Big city, 16,000. We've got our crematoriums going now. Good. We'll need them relatively soon. How's our current death care? Lots of capacity in our cemeteries right now, which is good. But we are going to want to start replacing the crematoriums soon. So the bottleneck is actually up here more than anything else. And then here. And... Alright. Let's get rid of this road completely. And then change where this on-ramp comes. Because it's an excess of intersections. That might be part of it. Yeah, everything in the city is fine. It's stuff going on here. You know, I think it's... Okay, here's the problem. It's people from here wanting to get onto the highway. It's this corner. It's not the ramp itself. It's this sort of exchange. So what we want to do is provide people from town on the right a better way to get on the highway over here. Which means... Let's do this. Get rid of this little section. Let's get a new on-ramp. And what we're going to do is we're going to peel it off of here. We're going to go underneath it. We got to go a little more straight, like this. No, there's a pillar. Oh, it's a pillar right there. Can I go this way? Can I squeeze under this? Maybe. Oh, there we go. That works. Okay, good. We can do this, do a relatively sharp bend, and then get onto the highway there. Right away, people are starting to use it. Okay, now, the fact that we've got these two on... Look at this. Look. What is that? That should resolve itself once the density gets a little bit less, but what I can do, and I think I will, is get rid of that completely. Although that'll probably increase a lot of traffic over here. We may end up rebuilding that. Actually, I think a good spot for one might be something like right here as well. I think that's a good idea. Okay, we let that go for a little while. I think the rest of our traffic backups... I still don't like that this is coming in where it is. Get rid of this. And have it come in at this intersection. What is this thing? Oh, it's a school, so we've got to move the school. There we go. So we do have 2 ways in, which actually might cause a little too much traffic over here. Okay, look, traffic's flowing much better now. We'll just wait to see. It's a little deceptive sometimes. You see the cars parked on the side of the road, and you're like, oh my god, there's a big traffic jam. You're like, oh, no, it's fine. I think this is much, much better. Because, yeah, everyone was going to the other side to leave town, and that was bad. Okay, we're good here. There's still some of that here, because we have 1 on-ramp leaving town. Oh, actually, the problem is not this. This was always flowing well. The problem is the Cloverleaf is actually generating some real problems. That's actually the issue here, is the Cloverleaf. Well, it's people who are trying to maybe get to the south. Now, they are trying to go around and then connect up here. I think we're going to have to do our highway trick again. People are getting off there, which is fine. So these are not people who want to go west. They're people who all want to go, what, south? And they're all merging here. Look at this. This merge. This is the cause of all the problems. This merge, followed by, whoa, this back up, followed by this back up. Everything that's happening here is downstream. And then people trying to make this loop. Ah. All right, so I can't do these loop arounds like I was doing. So we definitely, that was the experiment, is would this work? And the answer is basically no. Because of the way that they don't use the lanes properly, it's a no-go. So what we have to do is, you got to keep this here, but what we want to do is provide them with a ramp that goes, we might be able to merge into this one. Go like this, and then that. Now, there's not much traffic there now, but we'll want another one that basically works the same way. So if we extend this, use the straight tool. We extend this way, and assume that we are going to build another on-ramp from here to here. And then what we want to do we still want to use the same one? We might want to break that up. Yeah, hold on. Let me break this one down. We'll have this one leave. Avoid the poles. Merge in there. And then this one can be the one that continues up onto the highway. Because this is actually where people want to go. So we're going to have to let it run for a minute or two. Let the existing clog resolve itself. But yeah, look, it's this lineup of cars. And the fact that these corners are actually very, very, very slow. So we actually want to avoid these turnarounds. It's good to know. I want to keep them available because some cars will still want to use them. But we want to make it so cars don't have to use them. And look at this. Already the traffic is starting to clear itself up pretty fast. There may be a slight issue here in that people coming off the highway are sort of running to the people who want to use this bad boy. Which I can avoid. I think a great thing to do will be to take this and make it a one-way that goes the other way. I want to not have any vehicles that come down here and block this path at all, because it's causing too much need to weave. So by doing it this way, I think it'll clear this area faster and much, much better. Another thing that might help is actually getting rid of this road, because then everyone coming off the off-ramp, you don't have this sort of thing with people are sort of fighting to get there. However, the problem is now we just have too many cars backed up. If we just wait, I think, a couple of minutes, I think this jam will sort of clear itself and will improve really dramatically, really quickly, to the point where we won't have the same sort of issue. Another thing I could do is up over here, I could just have a ramp that connects over here. There's not going to be that many cars using it, but it still results in a little less congestion over here, because anyone who's looking to go east on the highway will no longer have to do it from over here. And we know that industry spams out a lot of vehicles really quickly. But look at this, it's already fixing itself. It's getting there. Still a big backlog. It'll take a while to clear it all out. I think we can help things along by doing something like I was discussing. Straight line. Like this. These block. Oh right, no, that road was just basically put wherever is what's going on there. They don't line up to anything specific. Go out one more level, sort of drag some stuff out like this as a placeholder for later. And yeah, if we go and say, you know what, anyone who wants to leave town, we're gonna make it a little easier to leave town a little bit faster. trying to end up with a nice sort of parallel connection. Why does it look like it curves like that? Like, it doesn't feel like the way that it should be curving, you know? I don't know what's going on. But whatever. There we go. So just another way to leave town. And, oh, some cars are going to start using it right away. Right away. Just drain the vehicles out of here as quickly as possible. We do have, like, a lot of high density. Some people are coming in over here, which makes me really happy. Right now, there's no real use for this lane, because there's no reason from here to get on this highway heading in this direction. There's no appeal to it. But later on, I think there will be, and I don't think right now this is causing any kind of problems. But right now, people are either coming in or wanting to leave, so we've made it a little bit easier to do that by providing that road, and we'll probably... Oh, we've got another one over here. And once this area builds up, this area will be used pretty heavily, and this ramp will be used pretty heavily as well, but the traffic here won't reduce. And look at this. The traffic, we're mostly fine right now. Mostly fine. Yep, the whole backlog here has been cleared. There we go. We just had to wait long enough. I don't think this thing made... fixed anything, but it's being used pretty heavily, which is making me really, really happy. It effectively costs us nothing to do this, and it will improve traffic. Go us. Got more demand for industrial, so let's go ahead and paint that down. Do that, and actually, let me go and do this. Assuming it gets built up quickly enough, we're going to be fine on power. Let's get a little bit more on the outside, and then we can get rid of a lot of this ugly power line completely. There we go. If we get rid of this now, just wait for a building to spawn on the other side. We'll still sort of kind of need it. Well, we need a connection that goes across, but it doesn't have to use up any of our zone. There we go. So now what I can do is I can bulldoze that, take this, and just bring it into there. There we go. Doesn't interfere with any more of our zoning. I think we'll have to go and paint the zone. And there. We'll need some water. What's the timer at? Okay, we got 25 minutes left. Now, I'm a little concerned there might end up being too much traffic here. Well, certainly there will be right now since I don't have the rest of my road connections going. So let's get those built. And there. Let me get rid of that little stub. There we are. And actually, I think what would be a good idea here is to encourage this to simply be a one-way. Because there's going to be a fair number of cars that leave this area. Maybe we'll actually pull it back one level further as well. Just to keep an unimpeded flow. Alright, I like that. I like that a lot. Traffic here. Oh, where's the other backup now? Now it's... What's going on here? It's people trying to merge into the middle lane for some bizarre reason. Mergers right here. Why are there so many people trying to merge right here? The rest of our traffic is flowing nicely. In fact, it looks beautiful. I realize this is still like an insano big off-ramp, but it's getting the job done. There's still the possibility here we might convert this into a one-way if we end up being a little bit too slow making this this turn, this 180. But for now, we're okay. That looks great. Very sexy. Everything here is fine and awesome. Nothing going on over here yet, of course. Want employees. We've got a little bit of residential demand. Let's go ahead and, you know, let's go to a low density for now. Just to fill this in with some low density. If I extend this road, does it actually connect properly? Almost, but not quite. You know, it's fine. It's fine. We're not going to zone all that anyway. We're going to leave it empty just to help the traffic flow. Electricity, decent. Water, decent. Landfill usage, 0%, which is excellent. We don't have an incinerator. We have one here. I'm going to put one over here. I realize it'll be a little polluty. Maybe on the inside parts here. Let's go there and then make sure we actually don't have any residential zoning here at all. Because I don't want anyone living within a pollution zone. We'll just drop a park in there. When in doubt, park. There we are. I mean, we're going to want some more parks anyway. Yeah, that'll work. You need water. Also, you should be connected to the electrical grid. Well, you probably will be connected to the electrical grid. Well, maybe not. Oh, you do reach. Oh, and you're empowering... No, that's not the water tower. The water tower's over there. Okay. We actually, if we had another building right over here, that would actually skip the power across the highway as is. We don't have to do the water tower trick. Although it doesn't really hurt, so what the hell. People not knowing how to merge, just like in real life. You're right, Pure Chaos. Human beings are terrible at driving. Look at this. We're getting this back up here because of this. Now, there might be ways to manipulate it in our favor. It's because everyone is trying to go down the middle lane. But no one wants to be in the left. Oh, you know why no one wants to be in the left lane? Because the left lane... Oh, shit. The left lane here is a forced turn. That's weird. Why would the left lane be a forced turn? I'm sure that's happening everywhere else, too. You cannot drive through in the left lane. Oh, alright. Okay. What if I replace this? What if we do a little... Well, that's stupid, obviously. That works. Okay, it is no longer a forced left turn. So we can have a few of these from time to time to let people invert their direction. So like that, nope, this way. And then we'll do one that goes in the other direction, say here. Already occupied, probably with some posts. There we go. And now people can use the left lane to actually drive in. We've got another one of those way at the end, don't we? Yeah, let's just blow this one up completely. And then technically it happens again here. But instead of this, let's go and eliminate that. And use the highway can turn around. Holy crap, there we go. Well, not exactly. They are using the left lane though. I think it will fix itself. The left lane is legal all the way through. Hey! Grand City, 20,000. This is a lot faster than yesterday, although we know what we're doing a little bit more. And what are we on the way back? All the lanes you can drive straight down all the lanes if you want. You can also occasionally make a little bit of a U-turn. Excellent. Ah, now the problem is here. So bulldoze that. And provide the ability to do from north to south that way. This will go from south to north. I mean, I know it's not the compass directions. Blow this up. So we'll again provide a pair of little turnaround zones. Like that. And like that. Good stuff. Blow that one up. And over here, well, this is all fine and sensible, but we may as well just use a highway connector there to loop around. Okay. That was an important learning step. Now, people are still favoring the rightmost lanes. And I don't like that turn. You know what? This right turn is slowing things down too much. I actually have a one-way going south right now. I don't want to do that. I want to replace these roads with one-ways that go north. So no one can make a hard right turn here anymore and be slow. But this road here, should it be a one-way going the other way for increased traffic flow? Because every time another car comes up the other way and is making a right, it slows things down a little bit. Although the same thing will come from the south. No, I think the traffic got fixed pretty fast. So we still have some slowdowns here, but this ramp is going fine. I'm getting scooped. Just upgrade. So Matt Hoving says, from Paradox, says, upgrade the off-ramps to large highways. And it might, actually, if they use multiple lanes. Actually, this might be a really good candidate for that. That might be a really good candidate for that. Let's see what happens. Will you use more lanes to turn off here? See, it helps because they don't slow down. But, oh, no, you are using multiple lanes. People are turning left, get into the left lane right away. And I think we can probably bring this right lane, or this two-way highway back, or two-way road back, because now they have a dedicated lane for turning left. Or turning left, turning right, and going straight. There's no straight arrow, but they are doing it. Ah, that is strong. Matt, the force is strong with you. Let's go, and I wonder if it'll help over here. It might, well, it'll help once the other town gets developed here, because then people coming here will probably end up in a right-ish lane, and people coming here will end up in a more left lane. So here we're fine. Here there's a bit of a, why don't, yeah, let's do this. See if it actually makes much of a difference. Go ahead, let's upgrade all the things now. We'll just use highway for everything. I'm requesting a 2-lane ramp. So that way we can, you know, get different size things. Everyone still like to go in the middle here. What if, can I upgrade all these? Ooh, space is a little too tight. I'm hoping this will encourage them to use more lanes a little bit more efficiently. Right up to this point here, and they can split into wherever they want. Although look, no, they are using the other lane, it's just not indicated. Yeah, they're using multiple lanes. This is flowing faster. This is still a cluster fluck. I wonder if I highway this, would it make any difference? I could always just, you know, blow up the Cloverleaf and then add my own little improvements. Let's upgrade those to actual highway turnarounds. I'm not convinced it's going to make much of a difference, but what the hell? Maybe it will. Getting rid of this entirely might be a really good idea, actually. You know what? Yes. We're not going to let people do a U-turn at this point. If they want to do a U-turn, they have to go all the way over here to U-turn. I don't want any slowdowns before this main ramp into the city. Oof. Highways, man. You know, we're clear here. This merger and the lane changes are slowing things down. It's not too bad overall. So what happens if I were to upgrade, for the sake of argument, this like that, and that like that? Would that help at all? Yeah, they're sort of pre-merging. They're splitting into multiple lanes a little sooner, and it might improve the way that they merge onto the highway, actually. I mean, they're backing up traffic here just as much. The thing is, we may not want to have our traffic that goes between cities being on the same sort of loop as this Cloverleaf. We might want to have a dedicated Whoa. We might want to have a little bit more of a dedicated highway between my two towns. I don't know if there's a good way to swing that. So we still have this little turnaround bit. I'm going to delete it just in case it results in any slowdowns, although I don't think it does. Oh, space is already occupied. Can't upgrade this bit, which is fine. This, I think, might benefit from that whole highway upgrade scheme, because people will sort of use more lanes and merge a little bit more effectively, is what it looks like. Upgrade all the things. So usually, like, my mantra is always, more lanes don't fix anything, but for the ramp system, it definitely does. Look at this traffic. It's this merger that's killing things. What I think would be nice is, I think, just like here, I want to offer my citizens a way to get on the highway that doesn't involve going through the Cloverleaf, which is, you know, a big part of the Cloverleaf's job is to feed things from the highway into my regions, but also to allow people to cross from one area to another. So, like, what if we took, and this is going to look a little sloppy, we'll put it down and then see how heavy it gets used, and then maybe go and improve it. What if we, I'm going to try to make it nice and curvy at least. What if we do something like this? So anyone who's trying to leave west can just bypass that entire congestion bit. And we could, you know, maybe make another ramp over here, another like half Cloverleaf to come around so that they can also use this to go east. So we can do the same thing, say, over here. Well, the garbage dump, I think that garbage dump is empty now. Yes, good. So I'm actually just going to, like, delete it. Deleted. So if we provided, say, something like this, and then elevated. Is this? Oh, it's because of the tool I'm using. No, flatten down. Post. Go be elevated. Come across the highway. Like that. Come down. Like this. And then from here. I mean, we're using a lot of space. We could potentially rebuild this with a more space-efficient construction. But for now, we're alright. Who just sent in a donation? Will you upgrade the north-south highway pieces in the center of the Cloverleaf? These? North-south highway pieces in the center of the Cloverleaf, they can't be upgraded anymore. I mean, what I can try to do is upgrade a few of these little bits here, but the Cloverleaf is built to be nice and compact. As a result, I can upgrade it to the sound barrier, but that's about it. As a result, there's not a lot of room to expand, and I think what we want is we want a Cloverleaf that uses all highway bits. But there we go. So there's a lot of traffic using this, which is good. That alleviates a little bit of pressure in the middle. Wow. Oh, everyone's lined up the middle here. Why? Where are they coming in from that they're doing that? Probably one of these bad boys. So this, I think, encourages people to, like, use multiple lanes a little bit sooner. Oh, we can't upgrade that one because there's no room. I suppose I could de-upgrade that one. Yeah, they're spreading out a little bit more now, which is good. Oh, we don't currently have a big cluster over here. Population is growing quickly. Things are better here. That upgrade is just to the sound barrier. I mean, I can upgrade this, but it doesn't matter because they have to remerge right away. There's not a ton of traffic on these other roads, but I think this may have alleviated just enough pressure to keep things flowing well. Well, well-ish. It's like Toronto. It doesn't matter what time of day you're there, there's going to be traffic. I mean, I guess the answer is just more highway connections. Because you can't get any bigger than a highway. You can't get any faster or any bigger. So if we just have more highway connections, like here, for example, we have a way out, but what if we also provided these guys with a way in? You have no water access over here? I feel bad. I don't know if we can get the corner right to get in here, because I think, oh, there we go. What if we did something like that? That's probably suicide. That's probably going to result in a crazy bottleneck over here, so we probably don't want that. But for the sake of argument, let's let it run for a little bit. How much time do I got? Oh, I have to switch. We have to call it quits right now, guys. I have to get ready for the next live stream since it's already scheduled, the Beyond Earth stream. We will come back afterwards, though, and we will experiment a little bit more with City Skyline. So if you want to take a break, I understand. It'll be 2 hours. We'll be back at this. But if you want to watch some alien domination, that would be pretty cool, too. All right, let's put a pause on this. We're gonna take a break. I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna switch over for the other stream, and I will see you guys in 8 minutes. We will be Beyond Earthing. So see you then.